Hi, my name is Devashni Chandrasekharan. My metric number 259427. Today I am going to talk about what is behavior theory of leadership, strength and weakness of behavior theory of leadership. Okay, first of all I am going to explain what is the behavior theory of leadership. Behavior theory of leadership is leadership theory that consider the observable action and reaction of leaders and followers in a given situation. As we know that behavior mainly focus on how leaders behave and assume the leader can be made rather than born, and successful leadership are based on definable, learnable behavior. First, behavior theory will support idea that leadership trait can be learned through development and experience. So, this step away from the great man theory by arguing that the leader can be made but not necessarily born with innate traits. Furthermore, behavior theory look at the words leadership as a characteristic that one can develop. Second, this is a new idea that leader can be made has allowed that more recent leadership theory research that is based on developing in the leader to produce intended results. As we know that behavior theory of leadership are classified as such as because they only focus on specific behavior of the leader. For behavioral theory, leader behavior is the best predictor of his leadership influence and as a result is the best determinant of his or her leadership success. So now I'm going to explain about the strength of behavior theory of leadership. First point, behavior theory promote the value of leadership style with an emphasis on concern for people and collaboration. It promotes participate decision making and team development by supporting individual needs and aligning individual and group objectives. It's help manager to evaluate and understand how the behavior style as a manager affected in the relationship with the team and promote commitment and contribution toward organizational goals. And also, this behavior theory can help manager to find the right balance between different style of leadership and help them decide how to behave as a leader depending on concern for people and for productivity. Moreover, I found three critical characteristics of effective leader. First, task-oriented behavior. Second, relationship behavior. Third, participative behavior. First, they identified task-oriented behavior in manager who did not do the same types of tasks of their subordinate. This group of managers spend time for planning, coordinating, overseeing of the subordinate execution of the task. He looks at subordinate or employee as tool to accomplish the goals of the organization. Working method, working condition are tried to be understood better in a style of leadership orientation. Second type of leader exhibit relationship-oriented behavior. These managers concentrate on the task result, but also they develop relationship with their subordinates. And also they were supportive and focus on internal reward as well external rewards. Furthermore, they are complete to trust and confident in all matter of their subordinates. Their subordinates feel very free to discuss things about their job with their superior. They are always ask subordinate for idea and opinion and always there to make constructive use of them. This is they make feel very comfortable to work with them. Third style of leadership was participate behavior. Here the manager facilitated rather than directed, working to build cohesive team to achieve team results rather than focusing on individuals. Active leader use participative style, managing at the group level as well as individually. For example, using the team meeting to share their ideas to solve the problems, group discussion, and so on. So by their actions, such leader model good team-oriented behavior. Now I'm going to talk about the weakness of the behavior theory of leadership. As there were inherent limitations with the trait approach to leadership, when early researchers ran out of the steam in the search of traits, they turned to who leaders did, how they behave, and become who behavior theory of leadership. This became the dominant way of approaching leadership with organization in 1950 to 1960, but this theory had its own limitation. Behavior theory of leadership purpose leadership style, but specific leadership style may not be best in all circumstances. When researchers it really did not do work on this, it didn't seem to validate their assumptions. While behavior theories may help managers develop particular leadership behavior, but they provide little guidance as to what constitutes effective leadership in different situations. There were a lot of differences and inconsistencies studies. It was difficult to say which style of leadership was significant in enabling one group to work better than another. The style that can leader adopt are far more affected by those are working with and the environment they are operating within that had been originally taught. That's all from me. Thanks for watching.